good afternoon and welcome to Maths Live. I'm quite nervous today because you can see me a lot clearer hopefully, which is amazing, but the camera I'm using is very precariously, that means carefully balanced, so if it does fall over or anything at some point, I'm really sorry. At least it'll be really funny. To get started, remember as always we've got a starter challenge for you today based on last Friday's lesson, wasn't it? So there's 3 questions here. Have a go. I'll be back in a few minutes to start today's topic. Okay, I've got a different device now for doing shout outs, so I'm going to have to keep going back and forth. I'll start with Uma. Hi Uma, Kaylin. I think we've got Liam. Let's have a look. We have got Liam and Ryan. Yeah, Kaylin and Namira. We've got Josh, Jacob and Natalia. Lucia, hi Lucia. Okay, I'm going to start taking this down while you finish this challenge. I hope you all had a lovely Easter. Did you eat, I bet you ate, wow, did you eat lots of chocolate? I only had 1 chocolate egg this year for the first time ever, and I saved it right until I'll leave that up right until Sunday night, but it was lovely. So, as you can see, I've got a new little starter challenge pack. It's like Joe Wicks. Do you know how Joe Wicks changes things in the room each day? You've got to spot the difference. My spot the difference is I keep adding things. I've even got my pens ready. So, thinking back to last week, we were talking about how to convert between decimals and fractions, and we added on percentages on Friday. So, remembering that if you've got 0.7, the 7 is in the tenths column when we're talking about decimal, so it's tenths. So our denominator for the fraction will be 10, and how many tenths do we have? We have 7. Okay, so well done if you got that right. Now on this one we're going into percentages. So we can go to a fraction first if we like. So 0.42, it's in the tenths and it's in the hundredths. So if it's a fraction, it will be over 100 and it will be 42. Now 42 over 100 means 42 out of 100. So that will be 42%. And the last one, 2 over, oh, I've made a mistake there. 2 over 100, I actually meant it as a decimal point. So 2 over 100, well, let's do this one together because I made it a bit confusing. So it is 2 out of 100. So because we're out of 100, we need 2 places after the decimal point. And because it's in the hundredths column, which is this one, the 2 goes there and there are no tenths, so it's 0.02. So well done if you got that right. But don't worry if you didn't. Hello to those people who might be joining me for the first time today. If you don't know me, I'm Steph. I am a primary school teacher, private tutor, and now I'm an online tutor as well as doing resource packs during this very, very strange time. Now then, so last week we did decimals, then we went into fractions. This week we are concentrating on fractions in many different ways, because I know fractions can be really, really tricky, mainly because you can do all sorts of fractions calculations throughout the curriculum. So I'm going to break it down day by day. As ever, I'm going to start at a lower level, so a year 3 sort of level, year 2, year 3, and then build it up and get those year 5s and year 6s challenged. But as I always see, people say, oh, I'm in year 3 but I gave that a really good go, or I didn't quite get that right but I tried. Amazing, absolutely brilliant. So we're going to be doing fractions of shapes today. So thinking about shape, you can use any shape really, because a fraction, remember, if you've got a fraction of something, you've taken part of it. Fraction, decimals, percentages are part of a whole. An easy example to start with is pizza. I always start with a pizza. Okay, so if you've got a fraction of a pizza, it's like the piece that you've taken. So if I split a pizza into 4 parts, okay, the total number of parts there is 4. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have split that shape into 4 parts. So my denominator is 4. Now, I'm pretty hungry. Okay, so I'm actually going to have 1, 2, 3 parts of that pizza. So I've had 3 out of the 4 parts. So the fraction of the shape that is shaded is 3 over 4. 3/4 of that shape is shaded. How many parts have not been shaded? How many parts of that pizza is left? Just 1/4. Okay? Before I go on to the 3 challenge questions that I set you, I'm going to show you a few examples. You can do it along as I do it, or you can just watch. That's up to you. So, I'm going to give you another shape. I'm going to give you, it could be a chocolate bar, could be anything. It doesn't matter really what the shape is with this. It doesn't have to be a quadrilateral. You can do all sorts of shapes, as long as it's split into equal parts. So I'm going to split this into parts of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I obviously try and make it as equal as possible, but drawing can be tricky. So I've split my shape into 5 parts. And I want to know if I shade in 3 parts, so it could be that 3 parts have been eaten, doesn't really matter. And the question would be, how many parts, what fraction of that shape has been shaded? How many parts are there in total? There's 5. So 5 is my total. How many parts have been shaded? 3. So the fraction of the shape that we're looking for is 3 over 5. Okay? Show you another one. You can get the opposite sort of question. So I might get a shape where there is, I'm going to do another pizza. I'm making it tricky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. It might say, the question might be, shade in 2/7. So my question might be, out on this shape, shade in 2/7. So again, I go, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What this means is for every 7 parts, shade in 2. Remember that. You'll see when I go on to some of the harder questions why that rule is really, really important, because we haven't always got the number of parts that are shown on the denominator. So I've got 7 parts, so I'm going to shade in 2 of them. So 1, 2. I've shaded in 2/7 of that shape. And this is where it gets tricky. You'll see now. So, got another chocolate bar. So I'm going to do it into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make that. I like to try and be as accurate as possible. Now you'll see. Because my question is, shade in 2/3. 2/3. How can you shade in 2/3 if there's not 3 parts there? There's 6. There's 6 parts. This is why you use that rule. What this means is for every 3 parts, shade in 2. So this is the way I do it. So I go, and remember you can do dots, so you can do little drawings as long as your overall answer is clear. So 2/3. So 1, 2, 3. There's 3 parts. Right, I'm going to shade in 2 of those. There you go. My first 3 are done. And now there's another 3. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to shade in 2 parts. Okay, you can do it. There's quite a few different ways you can do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So here's my 6 again. So it might be that you go, right, 1, 2, 3. I'll shade in those 2 parts. 1, 2, 3. I'll shade in those 2 parts. The different parts have been shaded, but it's still the correct answer. So that's the rule. For every 2 parts, shade in 3. I'll show you another one. I know I'm doing a lot of quadrilaterals, but I want to keep it clear for you. I want to keep it clear because this comes up quite a lot in year 6 and it can be tricky. I'll tell you why it can be tricky. So my question is, I've been told to shade in 1/5. 1/5 of that shape. So what children can easily do, children, adults, anyone can easily do is they'll think, right, well, 1 part has been shaded, so there we go, answer done. But that's the trick. Remember, it's for every 5 parts, shade in 1. So I'm going to count. You can count across, you can count down, whichever way you like. I've spotted that it's going across in 5. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to shade in 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shade in 1. I'm going to give you a quick challenge now. Can you draw the same shape for me? Draw the same shape. See if you can, how many different ways you can shade in 1/5 while I do some shout outs. How many different ways can you shade in 1/5? Hi Katie, hi Harry, hi Hannah. Brilliant. Hi Adriana. If I haven't shouted your name out yet, do a shout out. Tell me who you are, where you're learning from. So I know a few people have said hi, but I don't know where you're from. I'd love to see these. I'd love to see the examples. So for example, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll shade in the middle one. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll shade in the second one. There are so many different ways that you can shade in 1/5 of that shape. Obviously, the most important way is to remember the rule. So I'm going to go to the challenge question now. This was the challenge questions that you were set at 10:30 this morning. If you are new to my lessons, at 10 o'clock every morning, 3 challenge questions are set on my page. You can do them at 10 o'clock, you can do them just before the lesson, and we'll always go through them. For those of you who haven't done this, I'll give you a couple of minutes to have a look. So the first question is, what fraction of this shape is shaded? Hopefully you can see from the camera. What fraction of this shape is shaded? Shade in 3/8 of this shape and shade in 2/3 of this star shape. Now you might have tried this one, seen what I've just taught you and think, I'm going to change my answer. So have a go, I'll give you 1 minute. Hi Johnson in Manchester, hello. Hi Grace in Hereford. Hi Natalie and Kimberly in Rothwell. Hi James and Tom from Cambridge. Yes, you can have a big shout out, of course you can. Hi Jade in Sheffield. Hi Dylan. Hi Anya from Leicester. Oh, we've got some answers up. Brilliant. I know it's a little bit small, but definitely look on the page in the morning and see if you can have a go. So, with this first shape, let's do the red pen. So, as we were talking about, when we're doing a fraction of a shape, we count how many parts there are first. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our denominator is 8. And it asks you how many parts are shaded. Not shaded, shaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of the 8 parts are shaded. How many parts are not shaded? 2 over 8, but that wasn't the question. So always read the question carefully. It's like when you're asked to order numbers. Order these numbers from greatest to smallest. And sometimes if you don't read that properly, whoo, lots of easy mistakes. So the second question, I need an actual pen now. It asks you to shade in 3/8 of the shape. So first of all, I've got to check how many parts are there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, this one's not too bad. So for every 8 parts, we shade in 3. There are 8 parts, that's really nice. So I'm going to shade in 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter where you've done the shading, as long as you've done 3 parts, that's fine. Now, this one is what we were talking about earlier, and it can be tricky because it asks you to shade in 2/3. So the denominator is 3, but there's not 3 parts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what do we do? Tell someone in the room, tell your person sat next to you, tell your parents, tell whoever you're with. What did Steph say that you do? So what we do is, for every 3 parts, we shade in 2. So there's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to shade in 2. And I'll leave that part, remember, because I've already put a dot on it. And then 1, 2, 3, shade in 2. Doesn't really matter which ones you do, as long as you've got, so there should be 4 out of those total of 6 shaded. Okay, well done if you got that right. Well done if you gave it a good go. Right, I've done a lot of talking. It's now your turn. So I'm going to put some challenge questions up. I'm going to do 2 at a time. I need to do a bit of drawing, so bear with me, and I'll give you a few minutes to have a go. So the first one, if you'd like to draw this yourself or you just want to write the answer, it's up to you. I'm going to do as big as possible. Okay, so it's another quadrilateral. I'm going to split it in half. And then, okay. And what I would like to know, what fraction is shaded? What fraction is shaded? Okay. And also, as a challenge, and I'll put the challenge, I don't know where my red pen, oh here it is. And as a challenge, can you write this differently? Now, I think my year 5s and year 6s will know what that means, but have a think, can that fraction be written differently? And the next one, the next question is, I would like you to shade 3/8. Off you go. Hi Sienna! Hello Sienna! Thank you for joining in. I hope you're okay. Hi Jake! Jake, only age 6! Only 6 years old, Jake. Oh, well done for joining in. Thank you very much. Fantastic. Hi Jensen. Oh, I love the name Jensen. Brilliant. Well done Lachlan, giving it a go. Well done Kieran. Well done Harry. Brilliant. Well done Amelia. Well done Josh. Well done Lucia. Fantastic. Well done Katie. And Hannah. Well done. You don't always have to post your answers, but if you're giving it a good go, then fantastic. Hi Zaina. Zaina in London. Lovely. So, this question, number 1, was in 2 parts. What fraction is shaded? So we look at the total number. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many parts are shaded? So it's out of 6. I've not got anywhere to write it. I'll take out the question. So there's 6 parts and 2 parts are shaded. So 2/6 of the fraction is shaded. And my challenge question was, can you write this differently? That's going on to simplifying fractions, which we're going to do later in the week, but I just wanted to challenge those in year 5 and year 6 that were watching. If you watch carefully, if I half this shape, can you see that it's the same on the top as it is on the bottom? So, you can also write it as 1/3. It's the same. If I split 2 in half, if I divide it by 2, it equals 1. And if I split 6 in half, it equals 3. Don't worry about that. If you've never seen that before, don't worry, you'll do that higher up in school. I just wanted to do an extra challenge. And for this one, shading 3/8. So you count, right, oh, circles this time. It's like I've got chocolate buttons and I get 3 of the 8 chocolate buttons. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's a nice question because there are 8 parts, so I'm just going to shade in 3 of them. Remember, doesn't matter which 3 parts. As long as you shaded 3 out of the 8, you've done a good job. Well done. Right. Next questions. What a lovely sunny day it is today. A little bit cold, but lovely and sunny. So, this is where it gets a bit tricky now. My drawing has to get trickier as well though. So, for every harder question, it's harder drawing for me. So, you ready? Okay, if you can draw that, fantastic. If you just want to count, that's okay. I'm just going to have a look on the computer and see how quick. That's okay. So I'd like you to shade in 1/4 of this shape. That's question 1, shade in 1/4. And question 2, equally as tricky for me. Now, obviously this isn't going to be very equal, but I'm just trying to demonstrate that it doesn't need to be quadrilaterals all the time. So, whew, did it. And I'd like you with this one to shade in 3/5. 3/5. Count it very, very carefully. Okay? You can either just tell me how many parts are shaded, or you can actually draw it yourself. Have a good go. It's more like an art lesson today, isn't it? Oh, well done. Yes, some people are. That's fantastic. Some people are even giving me different versions of the fractions, which is brilliant. Yeah, fractions can be changed quite a lot. Well done, Amelia Rose. Super. Hi, Heidi. Hello. Oh, well done. Kieran's already on it. Kieran's giving it a good go. Fantastic. Oh, lots of answers. Oh, trying to keep on. I'm just scrolling back so that I actually find who I'm saying well done to, because Mrs. Singh, can you tell me who's taking part? Because I've got your answers, which is lovely, but I don't know who's writing them. Well done, Erin. Oh, I love that. Someone's like, done it! Okay, I'll give you another 30 seconds, because I know it's tricky if you're trying to draw it. Don't worry about being too accurate. Normally I would say be accurate, but I know this is just a bit of fun. So, remember my rule. For every 4 parts, shade in 1. Now you'll notice you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, there's more than 4. There's more than 4 parts. I'm going to check first of all how many parts there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, there's 12 parts. Actually, 12 is in the 4 times table, so this should work. So I'm going to go, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to shade in 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shading that one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to shade in that one. So if you shaded 3 parts, or you said 3 for the first one, fantastic. Now for this one, it's 3/5, and we're just going to count how many parts there are. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do you notice that 15 is in the 5 times table? So for every 5 parts, I'm going to shade in 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shade in 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to shade in 1, 2, 3. And there's 5 parts left at the end. I'm going to shade in that one, and that one. So you should have shaded in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 parts. Oh, well done today. So if you've learnt all about, in the whole national curriculum at primary school, how to shade in fractions of shape, to find how you found or shown me how to find the fraction of a shape. So well done. There's going to be a challenge question that comes up straight after this. It's a particularly good one today. If you can get someone to print it out, it's stained glass windows. So you're going to get different stained glass windows, and what you're going to do is you'll get one shape, but it asks you to shade in with lots of different colours. So imagine you get a shape, like a window, and it might say, right, shade 1/6 in green and 1/6 in blue, and it'll come out in a beautiful pattern. So if you can get that printed out and have a go, that would be brilliant. Tomorrow we're doing fractions, but not of shapes this time. We're doing fractions of numbers. So I hope you can join in then. Thank you very much, Thank you for all your shout outs. Thank you for all your comments. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Oh, and before I go, Bob, hi. Thank you for shouting out.